Okay, guys, when you're ready, we have a go for egress. So, Hopper, we see that the hatch thermal cover is already open, and you have a go for crew lock egress.
Copy that. Go for egress. Let's go to work.
Okay, Hopper, as you're exiting, just remember the sharp edge on the port aft portion of the circular handrail.
Okay, yeah.
And our first view of Mike Hopkins as he begins to make his way out of the Quest Airlock's crew lock section. Spacewalk Officer Allison Bollinger reports we're running at the moment, at the outset of today's spacewalk, about 17 minutes ahead of the day.
Two safety tethers here, going to do an inspection.
Copy, Hopper.
Fixing on the forward one.
Houston Station on space ground 2 for Robo. Go ahead, Chief. Okay, good morning, Aki. I'm at the robotics workstation, and I will start the step 1 of procedure 407 Alpha.
Copy your go through step 5, Koichi. Good morning.
Good morning. Go through to step 5.
It's like Christmas morning, opening up a little present here. Almost. Yeah. Okay, everything looks good in the bag. Nothing seems to be floating out. I see the 1.5-inch ammonia N2 vent tool. Got pocket label F, it looks like.
Perfect, Rick, and that's what we're expecting. And go ahead and stow that vent tool on your mini workstation as needed for translation.
And is your motion complete, Koichi? Here comes the sun. Comes the sun.
A signature shot from external cameras on the truss of the station as Rick Mastracchio moves down the starboard truss of the complex to join Mike Hopkins with sunrise just over the horizon, the International Space Station flying over the Pacific Ocean.
No problem. We got plenty of consumables.
Copy that, Wheels.
Copy.
And our limiting consumable is a battery on Hopper at 835, so we're looking good, guys.
Copy.
Flying high over Peru, Mike Hopkins wielding the pump module, the spare pump, as he is being maneuvered into position by Koichi Wakata, operating the robot arm, the Canadarm2 from the robotics workstation inside the Destiny laboratory.
That would be awkward, yeah.
Just wraps around one of these handrails at the base of the frame, I guess, right? That's right. The middle, the long flap at the bottom wraps around, and I think there was some There's some Velcro on the frame itself. I see it, yeah. So if you're happy, I'll start heading back.
Okay, Hopper, the Joe cast is complete. You have a go to rotate the pump module.
Okay.
We copy that, Rick, and we copy your inventory. That looks like a good config. And we need to also grab Hopper's safety tether.
Come over.
And we'd like you to attach that safety tether to your safety tether IRCM.
Hopkins is repositioning the pump module, the new spare, so that it is in the correct orientation for its installation in the starboard truss slot on the International Space Station. This places the quick disconnect connector points toward his head and the bolts toward his feet that he will be working on once it slides into place in its installation slot in Bay 1 on the S1 truss of the International Space Station.
Okay. All right. Koichi, are you with us?
I'm with you guys.
All right. Okay, you can come station aft.
Okay, copy. Station aft. Slow motion.
I'm probably going to need you to pitch up a little, but let's just hold off on that. Raj.
Arms in motion.
Copy. Continue. Good motion.
Copy, continue.
Just hold that attitude, Mike. You look good. Raj, when you get closer, we'll maybe tweak it. Continue aft, Koichi.
Copy that, Rick.
Zach, why don't you get yourself lined up with the bolts? Okay.
15 centimeters, Hopper.
Let's continue.
Continuing. You're going forward.
That's good.
Stopping.
Okay. Forward is complete. We can continue aft now.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, that's so much easier.
Okay, here comes the station aft motion.
Copy.
Arms in motion.
A very delicate process of sliding the spare pump onto these guide rails, making sure that pins and alignment guides are carefully positioned.
Stop motion.
Stopping.
I believe it's got to go in maybe another inch or so, Mike. There you go. Perfect. And Houston, if you're there, have a pump module in position. Koichi, GCA is complete.
And Koichi, we hear you on Spacegram 3. We copy.
Okay, roger, the GCA complete. And the brakes are on, Hopper.
Copy.
Once all of the fluid connections are hooked up to the new pump, the spare, that was just installed a short time ago, some 35 pounds of ammonia will flow into the new pump. And over a period of hours later in the day, the system will be pressurized with nitrogen from a nitrogen tank assembly on the starboard side of the International Space Station that stores nitrogen at 3,000 pounds per square inch. Later tonight, somewhere in the 8:30 p.m. Central Time neighborhood, the entire pump will be activated, but there will be an operation called a bump test that will be executed right after the flow of ammonia begins into the new spare. Once all the fluid lines are connected, this bump test essentially is a brief exercise that will move the valves internal to the new pump and check out all of its systems in a brief preliminary test for the thermal systems officer here in Mission Control to prove that the new pump is alive and well. Bill Kowalczyk is the Spartan officer. That is his call sign of the thermal systems officer here in Mission Control for the Orbit 2 team of flight controllers under the direction of Flight Director Dina Cantella.
Stopping. Okay. Stopping.
No, continue.
Be continuing at starboard. Arms in motion.
And stop motion.
Stopping. Okay, Hopper brakes are on.
GCA is complete. Thanks, Koichi.
In the true definition of the International Space Station, a Japanese astronaut operating a Canadian arm with the assistance of a Russian cosmonaut to help two American astronauts in the void of space conducting this spacewalk. A true international effort to restore full cooling capability to the International Space Station. This is Mission Control Houston. So after
you can see some of that flakes coming out now in the camera.
Yeah, we don't have your cameras right now.
Okay. And I still see some coming out.
Copy, Hopper.
They look small snowflakes. Houston, we see snow. We see the snowflakes coming from the aft side forward. Looks like your vent is coming towards us. Ah, that's where it's coming from. Copy, Houston.
Copy that, Rick.
Yeah, from Margie. Yeah, they're just completely surrounding us now.
Copy, Rick. And we have no video, Rick, so we'll just take your continued description.
Okay. Okay, they're pretty good-sized particles, much bigger than anything we've ever seen. See that big one going by you, Mike? I do. And they're coming, look like they're coming inboard of the pump module, right all around the pump module, looks like. I can't see them everywhere, just where the light is, but they're hitting the wrist cluster of the SSRMS. They're enveloping Mike, probably enveloping me also. Yes, they are. Big chunks, big chunks.
Copy.
1/4 inch diameter. Lots of little ones, some big ones.
This is Mission Control Houston. To quickly recap, after utilizing some ingenious techniques, Mastracchio and Hopkins were able to finally demate one of the fluid lines hooked up to a jumper box, an interim box to maintain the flow of ammonia through the cooling system in a liquid state during the swap out of the old faulty pump module for the new spare that was installed earlier today during the spacewalk.
Doesn't seem to be sticking, though. Yeah, it seems to be bouncing all over the place, yeah. I agree.
At the time that this bulky fluid line was finally demated from the jumper box, the crew noted some ammonia flakes emanating from the female side of the quick disconnect interface. Some of those flakes might have bounced off their suits. We'll determine that a bit later. The flight control team now in the process of determining whether or not to hook up this particular line to the new spare. It appears that we will.
Okay, guys, we have a go to continue with just a piece of that forward white band visible. Our next step is mating the M4 to the pump module. So we're working to get in position to mate that QD.
Thermal Systems Officer here reports no leakage through any of the 4 fluid lines now hooked up to the spare pump module.
Nice work, guys. And guys, next step is to finger start the P-clamp on the M4 line.
Okay, am I cleared to release my rep? Off the spit.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take your red off there.
Are you ready for? Are you ready for GCA?
I'm ready, Hopper.
Okay. We should go station starboard, about 20 centimeters.
Station starboard, 20 centimeters.
And the ingress 8 is clear.
Here comes the 20 centimeter motion to starboard.
The crew was exposed to some dissipation of flakes of ammonia from the female side of the quick disconnect connection line from that M4 line. And so they inspected one another a short time ago during a loss of signal period. They reported no apparent ammonia on each other's suits, but because of the exposure, the flight rules call for them to maintain a bake out, if you will, to enable any residual ammonia to dissipate from their suits before they re-enter the International Space Station later today.
You have a go on J4.
J4 is connected.
All of the early indications suggest that the newly installed pump is in good shape. We should have no issues with its pressurization and its activation later today, which will involve the spin-up of an impeller to begin exercising all of the valves and the internal mechanisms of the pump.
Connected over center. Houston, you got yourself a new pump module. Congratulations.
And all 5 electrical connections are now mated. So the crew breezed through that activity.
Connectors are in place.
All 5 electrical connections have been made to the new pump.
Copy. We're happy and work.
Arms in motion.
And that's a good motion.
Okay, good motion.
And stop motion.
Okay.
And station forward another 20 centimeters.
Jump forward to 20 centimeters.
So the only thing I see kind of a loose tool is that long duration tie down tether by Mike's left hand. Raj. Other than that, I don't see any tools other than the fish stringer and a CETA cart, a bunch of bags at the CETA cart.
Yeah, go ahead and grab that long duration tie down tether, Rick, and put on either the fish stringer or back at the CETA cart.
Thanks, Aki.
Looks like you went shopping with all these bags in here. One last look. You'll be back. Beautiful sight. Houston, from the airlock, we'd just like to say thanks to all the great folks that are doing all this hard work to get the space station back up and running.
No, thank you guys.
It's
the best Christmas ever. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I'd just like to add to that fantastic work. Merry Christmas to everybody. It took a couple of licks to get her done, but we got it.
Okay, copy that. Hopper, go ahead and connect your SCU.
I got to get the thermal cover here.
Copy that.
Words of congratulations from Mike Hopkins and the reply from spacecraft communicator Doug Wheelock.